Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. My name is Gabby Garcia, and I welcome you today to our MSCE General Info session. I'm one of the graduate advisors, and with me is my co-panelist, Brian Pineda, who's going to be helping me with the presentation. And we want to thank all of you for being here. This presentation is recorded, so in case you missed this one or the one that's going to be tomorrow morning with Jaime and Sam, we'll have this one available. And then as always, you can email your advisor. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and begin and share my screen, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay. So again, welcome to the Ming Hsieh Electrical and Computer Engineering Department. We are four academic master student advisors. We are located in, if you go onto the USC campus website, our building is actually named Hughes after our donor, and it's the Hughes Electrical Engineering Building. And we are, if we were on campus, we would be in room 102, but as you know, with COVID, we are all working remotely. But that is our home on the USC campus. This is our website, Ming Hsieh, ece.usc.edu, and we will be having drop-in Zoom advising sessions throughout all the way to September 11th. So keep an eye out for those emails when we have those shout out. We actually sent one out yesterday. Ryan actually sent that one out. And we're going to have it tomorrow between this time tomorrow, 5 to 7. Okay, so who is your advisor? Well, we are divided up by alpha assignment, family last name. So Ryan Pineda, again, who is my co-panelist today, he works with family last names between A and G. I work with last names, family last names H through L. Jaime Zalata, he's been here for quite a while. He's our veteran advisor. He's been here for quite a while. He works with family last names M through V. And Samantha Graves, she's working with students with the family last name W through Z. And our supervisor is the director, Diane Demetrius, who's also the advisor for all PhD students, and also she advises PDP students. Okay, so this is the degree requirements for the MSCE General. It's 28 units, and this is the website to our breakdown. So if you can maybe do a screenshot of it, if you have a minute. Let me see if I can hop on there really quickly. Can you, I hope you can see this. Ryan, can they see this? Yes, okay. So this is our website. If you click on this link where it says electrical engineering, you want to click on that for a minute. And this is basically the program details. So this will take you to the catalog, and these are our flow charts. And this is how we allow our students to be able to pick between like areas or specializations. So the EE General is a general degree. It's very flexible. However, if there's an area that you would like to maybe concentrate in, then we are going to guide you to review these flow charts. So I'm just going to go ahead and just click on one. Let's see. One right now that's really big is the signal and image processing. So as you can see, the flow charts primarily give you an idea about fundamental courses, the prereqs, how many units. If it's in red, it's a prereq. If it's on the left-hand side, but it's gray, it's just the recommended preparation. So just to kind of keep that out and keep that in mind. This is just an idea of areas within SIPI if you are interested in being more specific and centralized in your specialization. And each of the flow charts do have that. It's broken down in fundamentals and other foundational areas. We try to update these quite often, especially if there's new classes that are appearing in the catalogs, new professors are coming into our department. And we want to keep this as updated as possible so that you also are aware of these new classes. Okay. Back to the presentation. Okay, so on the catalog, these are the program details. Again, it's 28 units minimal. For every non-EE course that you would like to take, for instance, like a CS class, or there's a new data science within the computer science department, or even ISC or AME, and it's not EE, you do need what we call a prior written advisor approval. It's also known as the special request form. So if your STARS report in the future is not updated, it's probably because you've taken a class that has not been approved, and we want to make sure that you take advantage of the special request form early so that we can prevent any kind of delays. But we'll get into that special request form in a few slides down. You can go ahead and take 3 400 level courses. That's absolutely fine. We have students taking, for instance, 457, 477, and that's okay. And then they want to take, for instance, a CS 402 programming. It's a 4-unit class as well. You get the special request form approved, and we'll allow all those 3 classes to be applicable to the 28 units. However, at least 19 approved units at the 500, 600 level. So that will not change. And that is a strict policy on the 500, 600 level units. At least 20 units must be within electrical engineering. So again, this is it's a hard policy when it comes to how many units you can take outside of EE within the general. We want to ensure that this is still a specialized area within EE. There are some classes that are cross-listed, for instance, CS 455 with computer science, and that's okay. That is cross-listed. We will give you EE credit for that. That will work for 20 units. You're always welcome to contact your advisor about that, just to double check if those are cross-listed. But we need to ensure that you at least do 20 within the department. There are special topic classes that every semester professors are trying out new to hopefully maybe in the future regulate as regular classes so that they can become forever and are able to be taken as a regular class. But you are allowed to take at least 2 EE 599 special topics with a max of 8 units. So it's a really good deal, right? And you're allowed up to 4 units of directed research, which is EE 590. So this is that independent study within a full-time instructor within the EE department. You're allowed up to 4, and then you are allowed only 1 unit of seminar. And the seminar usually is taken within your last semester because I think it gives you a broader idea of what the new trends are in the field right before you graduate. So first-term students are not really allowed to take this class. Directed research, again, you have to wait 1 semester before you ask for directed research. So you can start taking directed research your 2nd, 3rd, or 4th term. But you're allowed up to 4 directed research and 1 seminar. For those of you that are transferring from another graduate program and you did not finish the graduate program over there, you can go ahead and have your transcript sent over to the articulation office. We do allow up to 4 units. I would recommend that in this case, if you are one of the students that are transferring from another master program and from another university, to please contact your assigned advisor so we can give you more details of the step-by-step on how to get that articulated and approved, because it's a 2-step process. And just to let you know as well, CPT, which is the internship, no longer is allowed towards the degree. It was many, many years ago, probably before fall of 2017. However, you can still do CPT, but it's not going to be applicable to the 28 units. And that's like ENGR 597, 598. So again, with the non-EE courses, approval by way of a special request form. And I'm going to go ahead and ask Ryan if he can post the link on the chat so that you would have it. You know, go ahead and copy and paste this, because later on, if you decide that you do want to take a non-EE course, just like a CS, like 570, you know, 402, those, when you're ready to register for those classes in that term, you don't have to do that right now. If you are a new student, you're not in any non-EE, I hope. If you are a current student and you are registered for a non-EE course that's not cross-listed, this form needs to be done soon, because again, you don't want to delay any type of forms like RCL or OPT, CPT. The form is on our website. It's under current students, and then you want to submit and receive approval before the add drop deadline. If it's denied, then you need to drop the class. A maximum of 4 units in transfer that I had just talked about. Again, if you are transferring from another university, please contact your assigned advisor so we can give you the step-by-step details. And again, the CPT internship. We get this a lot where once you get CPT, they ask us to sign off on that, but we actually don't sign off on the OPT, CPT, or RCL. So just to let you know that even though the OIS department says that you need an advisor signature, it's actually a base advisor signature. But I just want to let you know that. Okay, so requesting declarances from other departments. The reason we post the CS declarance, this is the website. If Ryan can go ahead and put that in the chat as well, if you're able to. You have to read through the information, because what happens is that the CS department showcases when students from outside of the CS department can actually request the declarance. So it's going to take some time. The reason is because they have to accommodate their very large population. And then if there are open seats, then they're able to accommodate everybody else. So we ask that for your patients, especially with the CS department, that when you request the declarance, again, requesting and then being given the declarance might take a time, like a timeline. So it could be given to you even the first week or second week of the semester. So if you are going to request declarance CS course, then please at the same time fill out that special request form so that you can be doing that at the same time. Other non-E course declarances, most other departments ask for students just to go through My Viterbi, but I know that CS also does My Viterbi, but they ask at a certain month's time later into the semester. And then again, priority will given to their students. So if you can just be patient with them, okay? And then we get a very huge misunderstanding where students later on don't do the special request form, but we have to emphasize that even though you do get declarance from another department, doesn't automatically mean that you can apply that towards your degree. Getting a seat into a course in another department is completely different from the special request form. So again, declarance is